Don't you hate it when a narcissist makes a movie about himself to try and convince everyone that he's a perfect human being? Well, boy, you are in for a treat with today's movie, Viva Knievel. Viva Knievel. In case you're unfamiliar, a little backstory. Evel Knievel was a famous daredevil motorcyclist back in the day, performing lots of dangerous stunts. His popularity was so huge that Hollywood decided to make a movie about him. But there was one catch. Evel Knievel would be playing himself. And with Owen Allen producing the flick, yeah, you can already tell why it bombed so hard. So, let's take a look at the movie that proved that Evel Knievel is not an actor. This is Viva Knievel. We start off with a day for night shot at an orphanage where we see, who else, Evel Knievel.
Hey, Pete.
Evel.
Here, I brought you something. Here. Don't you wreck them both today.
And he's giving you gifts in the middle of the night because reasons.
Oh, Evel!
Look what I brought you.
Why do I get the feeling that this scene was written specifically to promote merchandise?
What the devil? Knievel! What do you mean by coming here in the middle of the night, waking these children out of a sound sleep, arriving uninvited and unannounced?
Well, when you put it that way, yes, it's kind of creepy.
Darn you, Evel. You could have waited till tomorrow.
Tomorrow would be too late. I have to be in Los Angeles.
I know. That case, I forgive you.
Of course! Anyone can break into a children's orphanage as long as they have a good excuse. That's not suspicious at all. Knievel is preparing for his next stunt as part of his national tour. He is accompanied by his longtime mechanic.
Oh, sure he's your pal, as long as he fills your pockets with blood money. Look, I'm gonna give you odds that you're gonna have seats on the infield.
I want you to look closely at that mechanic. Does he look eerily familiar? That's because that's Gene Kelly. Yes, that Gene Kelly.
Well, you don't even know what happened.
It doesn't make any difference what happened. You can't straighten it out here. We've got a lot of work to do. Come on, let's get with it.
Knievel fixes his eyes on a big news photographer named Kate.
You're Kate Morgan, the fearless photographer. So they sent the chump out to shoot the champ.
My assignment, Mr. Knievel, is to shoot you in case this is your last jump.
Well, she's young, beautiful, and the only female character. She's the love interest. What do you expect?
That makes you one of them.
Makes you one of those.
Are you, a woman or a Ms.?
Chances are you'll never know.
You're one of the biggest blowhards I've ever heard.
Did I mention that the real Evel Knievel was married and had 3 children at the time? They don't exist in this film's universe. If you're wondering about Evel Knievel's ability to act, this scene pretty much sums up his entire performance.
I am good and sick and tired of having rocks thrown at me. I've taken just about all I'm going to take from this outfit.
But you stole from me. Promoter. All right. You want out? Get out. Right now.
It's obvious that that guy has years of experience, while Knievel has about as much enthusiasm as Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, keep drinking, Gene Kelly. You're going to need it for this movie.
That sure hit the spot.
His drink is heavily drugged, leaving him unconscious, while a former protege of Knievel, Jesse, takes pictures of the trailer.
Will, for God's sakes, when are you gonna stop trying to kill yourself?
He meets the photographer again, and since this is just their second appearance, they think that it's now time for a romantic ride. It's good to know that the stunt doubles are wearing their helmets so that the actual actors don't have to do any of the work.
was sweet.
Sweet?
I guess the exciting part's the jump, huh?
That's the best you will get out of these two. It's only awkwardness for the rest of their time together.
Dad?
Gene Kelly gets a visit from his estranged son, Tommy, who is back from boarding school.
What the hell are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at summer camp or somewhere?
Well, the school wrote you a letter asking about the summer, but you never wrote back.
As you can tell, he has avoided his son at all costs, ever since the mother died from the off-screen disease.
Boy, it's great to see you. Welcome aboard the SS Knievel.
I've liked it ever since I read about it, Mr. Knievel. I mean evil.
Boy, this is going to be a great summer, Tommy. We're all going to be together now.
Are you sure Knievel isn't Tommy's real father? Their lack of acting runs in their blood.
Well, I see by the papers your friend Evel Knievel has made a deal for another record-making jump.
Meanwhile, the guy who took photos of the trailer is secretly working for a drug lord, played by Leslie Nielsen, who wants Knievel to perform in Mexico.
You know what this is?
What's this, some of the merchandise we got?
That's a sample.
But Knievel has a lot to say about drugs.
If you put nitro in your bodies, in the form of narcotics, so that you can do better, you will for about 5 or 10 years. And then you'll blow.
Did I mention that the real Evel Knievel did a lot of anti-drug campaigns? What other reasons do you think this movie was made for? Like I said, all the stunts were performed by stunt doubles. He is going to jump over a cage full of lions and tigers, while the animals themselves plan on how to eat him. He falls off his bike, and although the injuries aren't life-threatening, they take a toll on his pride.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you've probably seen my last jump.
Really, Knievel? 10 years of constant success, and yet once more failure seems like a good time to quit.
Evel, have you thought any more about quitting?
You know, I don't know what's the matter with me. I should have never said that I was going to quit. I really didn't mean it.
That's cool. I'm glad the whole conflict about quitting the job was resolved within 5 minutes. Hey, a little bit of personality doesn't hurt anybody, I guess.
Making that Mexican tour, man, it's just like being handed the keys to Fort Knox.
Viva tequila.
Viva Knievel!
But will Kate be interested in coming with them?
I'm flying out to cover that new revolution in South America.
Big deal. There's always a revolution in South America.
I always take good pictures.
Gonna make more noise than you've ever heard anywhere before.
Let's see, covering a revolution which could be a lifetime opportunity for my career, or covering a boring middle-aged motorcyclist? So they drive all the way to Mexico. How do we know we are in Mexico? Because there's mariachi music being played in the background.
I have followed all your exploits with great interest, especially that canyon shot in Idaho.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. But you haven't seen nothing yet.
Meanwhile, Gene Kelly still doesn't want to spend any time with his son.
Tommy doesn't have any parents.
But you're his father.
Only the birth certificate.
Later on, the flashes from the cameras cause him to remember.
Are you sure you're okay?
Oh, Jesse, he took pictures of the trailer. You smell of booze.
I didn't know you had to do so much.
Well, riding a motorcycle's serious business.
The next day, we see Tommy learning new things, and like I said before, he has more chemistry with Knievel than with his actual dad. Oh, now I care for my son.
Now, look what you've done.
Hey, you! What's the matter with you? The first time you reach out to help that kid, you shake him out of his shoes.
You think you got guts? Try raising my kids.
Stop it! You ain't stop! You stop! You said Tommy didn't have any parents. Well, you're right. All you've done since I've been here is try to convince Tom that you should have been his dad.
No. I
It's revealed that Leslie Nielsen is building a replica of Knievel's trailer based on the photos they took.
Exact. Down at the paint job.
Even though the pictures are in black and white, so how the hell do they know which colors to use?
Hey, just like a squirrel stashing away nuts.
How many will it hold?
3,000 bags.
Gene Kelly grows suspicious, and after finding the black and white photos, he is caught and placed in a mental institution.
Fine, yeah. Where's Will?
Right this way. You see, this is an American sanitarium, Mr. Knievel. We're staffed by Americans, and we accept only American patients.
If you say so, Doctor. Next you'll be telling me that you only attend white Americans.
He took an overdose of something.
No way. If he's been drinking, all right. But dope, no way.
Of course Gene Kelly takes dope. How do you think he performs all those impossible dance moves? We find out that the bad guys intend to kill Knievel as part of their plan to get the drugs across the border.
Now that tire's got to go flat the instant that Knievel has completed his jump.
Does Jesse know about this?
Well, you saw me send him back to town. He can't know about it.
Knievel also grows suspicious and tries to talk to Gene. He first needs to get past the only security guard that this hospital can afford.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
That kid's your #1 fan. Well, he'd take on the Supreme Court for you.
Take care, Tommy. Till I can.
He now loves his son just when he's high on drugs. Pretty low.
If you leave, Millard'll know we're on to him.
How long do I stay here?
Just until after the jump is over tomorrow.
The day of the big jump arrives, with mariachi music still being played, to keep reminding us that they're in Mexico.
He'll need all the well wishes he can get today because he's jumping over 150 feet of blazing, burning fire. A mistake will cost him his life.
As Knievel prepares to make the jump, the villains also plan to double-cross Jesse.
Jesse is a junkie. I don't trust junkies. Meanwhile, you go ahead and promise to make a #1 jumper. I say we get rid of him.
Jesse is finished.
Since Jesse is also unaware that they plan to kill Knievel right now, what does he do? Tell Knievel that he works for the drug cartel.
Today it's my turn, my shot at the glory. I'm making this jump.
You're high.
Man, maybe you ought to get high. Hey, Millard wants to kill you, and your buddy Will, too. So that's to take your body back to the United States as cover for about $50 million worth of cocaine.
Thanks for telling him all that information. How is that going to benefit you?
Look, I got a jump to make.
Jesse wants to perform the jump because reasons.
Here he comes, Evel Knievel.
And if you look closely, you will notice that Knievel now looks taller and thinner.
Oh my God.
Did you just see the footage now looking dirty and unpolished? Why does the accident look like it was recorded with an amateur camera when compared to the rest of the film? Well, I looked into it and it turns out that it's stock footage from Knievel's real-life accident in Wembley Stadium back in 1975.
Down and he is hurt. Oh my God.
In other words, they ran out of money and thought that putting random footage into the film was a good idea, thinking that no one would be able to tell the difference. Imagine if I got lazy one day and decided to reuse stock footage from all the reviews. Would you like that? Would you? No, that's why I don't do it.
Jesse.
And thank God nobody bothers to take his helmet off, as the bad guys take the body away before anyone finds out. Was that going to happen to me? Wow, I need to rethink my life. Knievel goes all action man and rescues Gene Kelly. The drug lords move forward with their plan to get the drugs into America, and they also take the kid and reporter as hostages. Knievel and Gene Kelly go out all fast and furious to save the day. If you haven't already realized, the story has gone from a sports drama to an action movie. The transition is about as smooth as watching any of the Bad From Dusk Till Dawn sequels.
Drop him! Kill him!
Just listen to that 1970s music. Good stunt, if it wasn't for the fact that in the same shot the truck is going at normal speed, but the bike in slow motion. No, I don't buy the idea that Knievel should have been the next James Bond. Don't bother, he has more stunt doubles than Roger Moore.
Hey!
Evil! Evil!
The mission isn't over as Leslie Nielsen is catching up with them, with Knievel having to divert him off course. Oh, sorry about your chickens. Oh, sorry about your goats. Oh, so sorry about your bar, but it's all in the name of justice. The chase goes on until they reach the top of a hill when suddenly... Oh yeah, that explosion wasn't clearly fake.
Look! Dad! Dad!
Dad. Dad.
Tommy! Oh, Tommy!
They finally found each other.
Like we did?
Ah, so this is what this movie was about the whole time. Family. Ugh. The movie ends with Knievel attempting his stunt again, to the point that they are recycling the same footage from before. Hell, they are even wearing the same clothes.
Viva, Viva Knievel!
This movie is a fascinating disaster. Do I have to explain why it failed so spectacularly? The story is clearly an anti-drug campaign. Evel Knievel fails at being a dramatic actor, an action star, or even a nice guy. Did you know that shortly after its release, he was arrested and sent to prison for assaulting his promoter with a baseball bat, thus making the film even less lucrative? And the fact that actors like Gene Kelly and Leslie Nielsen agreed to be in it is quite a mystery. All of this makes for an interesting bad movie experience. I recommend that you watch Viva Knievel once. I am a standard critic, and thanks for watching.